So like after being like into the dinosaur world for so long, has it ever like changed how you view films like Jurassic, like the original Jurassic Park, for example?
Well, it changed how people view me, definitely. Because then you become the dinosaur guy. I remember.
Everyone does refer to you as the dinosaur guy.
Yeah, I suppose.
I actually felt so bad because okay, so
it's okay.
This is like a behind the scenes thing, but before James joined Geeks Plus, it was mostly just Trash Taste and our personal channels and Maylin. And Maylin comes to the Trash Taste office one day, and she's just like, "Oh, I might have a new sign for Geeks Plus." And we're like, "Cool, who is it?
Which anime YouTuber?
Yeah, which anime YouTuber is it?" And she's like, "Oh no, he's really into dinosaurs. He's like a dinosaur guy." And we were just like, "What?" And before you joined, we literally referred to you as the dinosaur guy.
Fair enough.
We didn't know anything about him. We were like, oh, the dinosaur guy.
Yeah.
Well, man, that's so cool.
And I felt so bad when, because the first time I told you this story, I remember you saying, "Yeah, the kids at school always used to call me the dinosaur guy as well."
I mean, well, it's that or like Chandler from Friends.
Okay.
That's what people say.
Right, yeah.
Oh, so you like Chandler from Friends?
Or the dinosaur. And I just went, "Oh shit, I'm no better."
You've always been the dinosaur guy.
Yeah. Pretty much. Well,
I admire the dedication. I wane in my hobbies occasionally.
Well, I had a point when I was in primary school, so I was about 7 or 8, when I had a girlfriend. I say
Right.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, you go out with
She
me,
was a
and then you never do anything.
stegosaurus.
Yeah, she was a stegosaurus.
She was real.
She was 80 foot tall. She weighed 5 tons.
She was a hagosaurus.
And I remember one day, because I never thought about how people see how I view dinosaurs. You know?
Right.
Like they saw them the same way I did. And then she said, "Oh, why do you like dinosaurs?" And I listed some things. And she said, "Oh, I think they're scary." And I was like, "Oh." And then I was like, "Wait, does she think I'm scary by liking scary things?" And
Am I a
then,
predator?
and then I sort of just played it down. And so I never put it out there too much.
just
So I was
like-
the closest
like,
to
me too,
dinosaur.
shorty.
I mean, I feel like that's like the arc of being in school, right? You kind of learn, I'll just pretend I don't like the things I like. And then you're like, after a while, when you get older, you're like,
No, fuck that.
I'm just gonna let people know I like what I like.
God,
Yeah.
you just brought back a fucking core memory, man.
Go on.
Oh, yeah?
Oh man, because I feel like talking to you. I feel like I have we have very similar experiences, but I went like the anime route, and you went like the
dinosaur route.
dinosaur
Of course, of course.
Because I remember the thing that people were asking me why I hadn't grown out of this thing was specifically Pokemon. It was Pokemon
yes.
Oh yeah, Pokemon.
No,
going
that
crazy.
was like a massive craze. We went through, it got massive in the UK. People were trading Pokemon cards. And then the trend died off. But I still continued following Pokemon and watching the anime and stuff.
Yep.
And I don't know why. It was like, it's always with girls as a boy, right?
Yeah, because you're not cool. If
Yeah, I remember.
Because you meet a girl and you're like, I'll just change everything about myself.
Yeah.
It's fine. I won't hate this.
Because I remember it was in class one day and I took out like a Pokemon pencil case. And some girl like scoffed at me and laughed and like, "You still like Pokemon?" And I'm like, "No."
No.
Like that day, and I threw it out, turned it up, I put it on fire, and I'm like, okay, I have now
Sorry,
learned.
my cousin's pencil case must have been so bad. Children.
He's 2, he's dumb.
Yeah, whatever. Don't worry about it. It's not mine.
And I think that just taught me as a kid, okay, never mention anime or cartoons in public ever again. The girls will laugh at you and think you're weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we both grew up in the UK, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, things were faddy for a bit, and then when the fad goes down, it's not cool to like it anymore.
Yeah.
And I had that with Pokemon. Around Gen 2, at the end of Gen 2, it got uncool.
Yeah.
And then you don't talk about it anymore.
Exactly, because
Yeah, if you just start talking about Diamond and Pearl to your classmates, they're like,
Oh, yeah, but then you became the
Like,
Pokemon
what?
guy.
I did that, and that's why I ended up with no bitches.
well, I remember like my parents, I can't remember what age it was, maybe like 13, 12. They were like, "So, Connor, when are you going to stop watching cartoons?" And I had like an existential crisis about the fact that like I thought like,
Damn.
"Oh, I have to stop watching cartoons." They were like, "Yeah, we don't mind you watching TV, just watch like real stuff."
Damn, that's fucked up to say.
And I was like, "Damn, okay." And I remember like sitting there trying to watch fucking, we have a show called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
God.
show.
I know those.
I remember sitting there trying to care about any of this and like trying to be like interested so that like I would like this and not cartoons. And then
Yeah.
eventually it was a losing battle.
Damn, it was the opposite for me. Like I was getting around to like 12, 13, you know, still watching Cartoon Network and stuff, and I was
Yeah.
like, man, is it not cool for me to watch these anymore? Like, should I be watching something else? Meanwhile, my dad would barge into the living room being like, out of the way, motherfucker, Samurai Jack's coming on.
Samurai Jack's so fucking good.
It's like, sit your ass down, boy, we're watching Samurai Jack. And I'm like, okay, it's still cool to like. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, because it could happen with anything, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
it all
yeah.
depends on if you've got that good influence. Like
True.
I got into video games because of my mum. She'd play like Super Mario World, and
Oh,
Yoshi's
sick.
Island
shit.
and stuff.
Hell
yeah.
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 So I would play the games through her and stuff. So
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, because I think I went through so many phases as a kid. I kind of realized dinosaurs was also one of them. One weird phase I went through as well. I went through a bug phase. And looking back, I swear this must be a fucking
Bug people are weird people.
They are. They are.
like bug people.
I
That's the line.
can't lie. I can't, but like something about because the reason I got into them was this must be a fucking ADHD thing or something. But like as a kid, I could just watch ant colonies for like ever.
you'd lift
I
up
mean,
a rock and just be like, "Whoa!"
Ant colonies are cool.
And
They
like
are
the way
cool.
that you just as a kid you're like, how is this so like structured? What how do they have a system?
They have like expressways.
yeah, they have expressways and shit like that. No
traffic.
no traffic. And they like be able to like just carry shit like fucking massive things together.
My respect for ants went up after I watched the animated Ants movie.
Oh, ants or was ants not
with the
bug-like?
Z.
Oh yeah,
Ants, I remember-
Ants.
the
Yeah.
DreamWorks
No,
version of A
DreamWorks
Bug's Life.
movie.
Dude, I remember getting like horror nightmares at those things.
I fucking love that
They
movie.
look scary.
They do look scary.
Oh. And like show the other characters. There's some
Yeah.
real fucking ugly.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the big buff one is
Yeah.
played by Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Look
I
at him.
remember that.
Fucking hideous.
Yeah, the fourth image there. Yeah, that one. That guy.
Looks like someone
It
dropped
was a good movie though.
Look at that jawline.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god, that's Sylvester Stallone as an ant.
Of course.
That's not the guy that loses his head, is it? I remember that in a movie,
No.
in
That's
this
the
movie.
main villain, right?
Is it?
I think so.
It's been so long
been
since
so
I watched
long.
this.
Yeah.
Fuck ants.
Yeah, so I remember
this
going,
movie
hate
is sick.
ants.
I remember going through a phase where I just collected bug magazines. I don't know why.
right.
I was literally that
This
kid
is my
in
first
school.
time learning there's bug magazines.
There is.
What is it like? The latest drop of bugs? Like
It was literally.
I don't know, I've
It was
never-
literally. I think it must be targeted towards children because it was like a very thin magazine. And it was literally called just Bugs. Bugz.
So it has a Z at the end.
Yeah,
because it's
that's how you know it's
cool.
targeted towards
Bugs.
that was cool back then.
Everything was
Yes.
Was it
yes! Oh my god! Oh shit!
I mean, it has an S at the end, but I get your point.
Okay,
looks
not
like
said.
it.
Okay, yeah, it was that.
Oh, yeah.
And I was
That's terrifying.
Bugs.
yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why I went through this phase, but
No, I get it though because I also had like an encyclopedia book of insects,
yeah.
and I remember getting into that. I remember I used to like practice drawing with
Oh, right.
that, and
Yeah.
then my mom, I think, or my dad bought me like another encyclopedia full of dinosaurs, and I
Yeah.
remember like when I was first, second, third grade, all I would do is just have this encyclopedia of dinosaurs open, and I would just draw the dinosaurs,
Yeah, yeah.
and that was the fucking best.
That's like peak kid moment.
It's peak moment. And I was like, these are sick as fuck.
no worries in the world.
No.
Draw whatever you wanted to.
Nah.
Just draw the dinosaurs.
Draw the
dinosaurs.
dinosaurs. Bring that back, bro.
But
Yeah.
Didn't everybody have a dinosaur like encyclopedia or species just you'd flick through? Did you? Or was it just?
I had
it could
one,
just
yeah.
be me.
I had one. I had one. Yeah. I had one.
No, I remember I had. It wasn't like an encyclopedia. It was like a. Talking to you is just unlocking so many memories for me. It was like a.
You're welcome.
It was like a CD-ROM or something. It was like a CD-ROM game that had dinosaurs in it.
Yes. Was it a museum? Was it?
Yes, I think so.
I had a friend who
like
had that.
Like the Microsoft Dinosaur
Yes.
CD, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
a virtual museum.
it was something like
Kinda
that.
like
Something like that. It was
images.
meant to like teach you about dinosaurs. And I
Yeah.
remember just playing it as a kid.
I think I bought. Well, I didn't buy it. I had it, and I thought it was going to be a
Microsoft
dinosaur
dinosaurs.
game, but it wasn't. It was just like something
I
like
think
that.
it was
yeah.
that.
I think it was this, yeah.
Holy Holy
this
shit.
This was like there were copies of this at my school. I remember.
You can still buy it, $40.
Oh,
yeah.
what? Oh, wow. You should have
Yeah,
invested
yeah,
in that.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, an interactive journey into
Yeah.
the world of dinosaurs.
Did we all get the same experience?
I think
Yeah.
every Microsoft must have dealt this out to every school.
Man, I never got this.
Really?
No.
You
I
lived
remember
in a
this
place
shit.
where just dinosaurs were like outlaws.
I guess they didn't fuck with them in Wales.
there was no Welsh dinosaurs.
I guess they were like, fuck dinosaurs. But I hate bugs too, and bugs feel weirdly close to dinosaurs in my head. I don't
think
know
so?
why. Even though I know that they're.
I mean, they've been
Pretty
around
opposite.
older.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
think
say,
because sometimes bugs, you look at them, you're like, what the fuck happened? Fuck.
Why do you have so many eyes?
But I love that. They're like aliens.
Dude, it's the
so
cool.
It's the fucking deep ocean fucking bugs that freak me
Oh,
out. Have you seen
okay.
those
Wait, wait.
spiders and stuff on the deep ocean floor?
Yeah, I have.
one with
Okay,
the-
okay. Is this just a my experience thing? But I'm trying to think because there were a few girls in my school. So the boys were into
Out of
dinosaurs.
the bugs.
There
was bug girl.
So the boys were into dinosaurs, and there were a few girls for some reason who were into sharks.
Oh, I didn't have
Did you know
that.
anyone like that?
Nah, I would have bagged them for sure. and I didn't, so no, they did not exist in my school. If there was,
man.
dude, if I was in like 4th grade, so what, like, if I was like 10, 11, and a girl was like, I love sharks, I'm like, you're my wife. Like, I would think you were the coolest girl in the school if that was the case.
There was a
Nah.
horse girl. There was always a horse
Oh,
girl.
okay, it was a horse
Oh,
girl.
there's always a
Yeah.
horse girl.
Horse
Yeah,
girl.
yeah. There's always a horse girl.
But yeah, sharks is something that is, I guess, I don't know. There's a whole fucking Shark Week thing. I've never been into sharks, so I don't know what the appeal of like just sharks. But
I'm from Australia. We had no choice.
I
Like
guess
you
that's
had
true.
to be into sharks purely so that when you go into the ocean, you can protect yourself.
You know what to look out for.
Yeah, that was an educational
Yeah,
thing.
it's like,
you
oh,
know?
no shark, we good dog.